Welcome back to the channel, guys. I cannot play the video I'm watching, but I can tell you that I've just watched the greatest Bleach episode ever. Episode 166 has been surpassed. Now, as you know, I still have my criticisms. That's why I'm only giving this episode a 9.7 out of 10. So the zero point 0.3 is obviously the color that we see. In a way, it's bleeding, but we can't really tell. You know what I mean? And I mean, my hand was on my head the entire time. Ichigo's Bankai. I mean, for the first time we've seen Ichigo's new Bankai. So Ichigo has done a Bankai different from what was in the manga. So I thought so I thought that was strange. This is what the Bankai looks like. I don't like the shape. Maybe it was broken. Maybe that was the reason. But it's different from what we had in the manga. And I like the fact that it has an effect. Right? This is the effect. If you remember, when people show their power or their reaction, there's usually an effect. Ichigo is ice, Byakuya is the falling petals, and lots of reaction. Kenpachi is the skeleton holding a sword against your neck. Ichigo is a total eclipse of a blood moon. Or of the moon, let's call it. So I am happy with this. I am extremely ecstatic with this release of the Bankai. Again, it deviates a lot from the manga. So my question is Kubo abandoning the manga? Is he repudiating the manga? Because we're having Rukia fight Yhwach, we're having Inoue fight and defend Ichigo against Yhwach. In fact, towards the end of the episode, spoiler alert, click away now. Inoue rejects Yhwach out of existence and she takes him with her. So obviously I know what's going to happen, or I have an idea, I have a theory as to what's going to happen. I think Yhwach will reject that future where Inoue takes him out of existence. But I just want to say how impressed I am with what I've seen, what I'm looking at. I mean, this was Getsuga Tensho, terrible. I felt it from where I'm sitting. So again, the problem with the episode remains this dark color scheme. We're not experiencing the full potential of this Bankai and this insane power because everything is just rushed. Everything is just, it's so Dragon Ball Z. It's just lights moving around and stuff like that. They're not giving us the details. The animators, they're not giving us the minutia. Bleach was always about the intricate details. It wasn't about fast light movements left and right, all that stuff. It was concentrated. It was deliberate animation. But the intensity of the moment, the music, the sound, that is what pulled me in. And for a lot of episodes in this Thousand Year Blood War, they've not actually had that harmony, that symphony of what is happening on the screen, the music around it, the intensity, the voices. This was the first episode in which all those things came together, which is truly the reason I'm making this video, because it just hasn't happened. It has taken 45 episodes for them to accomplish this. So it's the best episode of the Thousand Year Blood War so far, better than everything they've done. And I mean, my problem was the reason why it's not a 10 over 10 because of the shading of the Ichigo. This red shading is just not it. I mean, when you compare that to what Uryu was doing in this circumstance, you will see the difference, right? Again, I can't show you guys what's happening, but you can see there's at least 3 different colors. Yes, it's all bluish, but at least there's a little bit of variety in the color schemes. Here we can only see 3 colors: red, blue, and black, right? Those 3 shades. But with Uryu, we can see at least the more natural colors. We can discern things. We can discern the differences between. So that is the reason I would take points away. Also, Inoue kept repeating the same thing over and over about if she wishes she was stronger, she wishes she was stronger. But the climax is crazy. This climax is insane. Man, sorry for the spoilers, but my God in heaven, I have not felt this way about a Bleach episode in my life. And that's the funny thing, it doesn't even feel like Bleach at this point. It feels like something completely different. So, can I knock it for that? Am I going to say it's bad because it's not what the manga gave us? No, I can't. So, this episode represents a complete departure from the manga, and maybe it's time for people like us, the old heads, the day ones, all of us. It's time for us to just eat a little bit of humble pie, sit back, and let this new generation take over and tell us truly what Bleach is supposed to be. Because for some reason, Kubo signed off on this. I mean, Ichigo cannot have a new Bankai without Kubo's permission. So I guess this is what Ichigo's Bankai is supposed to look like. So I don't know. This is maybe the actualization, because the power that Ichigo is displaying with this Bankai is insane. So I am honestly quite impressed. The fight in the manga was Yhwach setting traps in the future, which sounded very similar to Tsukishima against Kuchiki Byakuya. So this deviation is welcome, but the pillars and the lights, they look like ceros because it's all red again. So, we need a little bit more variety. Also, I thought that Yhwach would have Yamamoto's Bankai, because there's no real explanation still, after all these years, of how Byakuya got his Bankai back and how Yhwach did not use Yamamoto's Bankai. So maybe when Yhwach returns next episode, we'll find out exactly all these things. But for now, man, this episode is insane. I don't want to spoil too much. I'll leave it as it is. Oh dear Jesus, it is something to behold. That's why I'm making this video. It's the first time a Bleach episode since the 1,000-Year Blood War started 4 years ago. It is the first time an episode has moved my heart. And I just wanted to share this moment with you guys because this is insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you want me to react to further episodes down the line. Let me know. My God. Thank you guys. See you.